So you've probably clicked on this video because you're thinking to yourself, how is it possible that someone with less IQ, less cognitive abilities is able to achieve a lot more than I am? The problem here is if you have an IQ above room temperature, you most definitely probably tend to overthink a lot and it leads to absolutely nothing good. And I'm going to give you a few examples here. So the first example is when people try to achieve a big goal or an entrepreneurial goal and they just put tasks into their routine that really shouldn't be there. They overthink what they have to do in order to achieve that goal. So let's say cold showers, meditating, journaling, all that stuff. Sure, it's very useful for productivity, but in reality, it can take so much of your time when all you have to do is the tasks that directly give you results for the goal that you're trying to achieve. I hope that makes sense. This is a very common way of overthinking that has become very normalized. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because over time it compounds and it turns into multiple days worth of doing tasks that have nothing to do with the end goal. Sure, they can be very, very helpful for productivity, but over time, you kind of have to let that go because if you're really serious about what you're trying to achieve, you would put 100% of your time into the goal. Now, what a dumb person would do is they wouldn't think maybe it's smart if I read a bunch of books because it's going to help what I'm trying to achieve, or maybe I should meditate because that's smart because that will help my productivity. They just think in one straight line, okay, I need to achieve this goal, so I'm going to do this and that. They blindly take action. And I'm not trying to insult anyone here, but there's really people like that, and they tend to achieve so much because they just go into stuff blindly without overthinking like what could happen or what will happen. Like the types of people that don't think that deep about stuff. So when they think about starting a business, they think, oh, easy, I have to do this and that and that. And they don't think about the risks that could come with it. When you try to be smart, what happens is you end up wasting a bunch of time and a bunch of energy on stuff that doesn't directly affect your results. Actually, I do think reading books once in a while is very good if you choose the right books and if they have something directly to do with what you're trying to do. So for example, sales, copywriting, whatever it is, books could really help because they directly affect your results. But what I mean by books, when I talked about books, is, for example, self-help books when you're trying to build a business. A dumb person wouldn't think that deep. They wouldn't think that maybe the way they feel and think and their mindset would affect their business. So they don't think about the whole self-improvement aspect of things. Now, of course, if your goal is to improve your life as a whole, including adding business to your life, completely fine with me. But I'm really talking about people that are trying to achieve one big goal. For example, building a $100 million business or becoming a pro athlete, stuff like that. Another example that's very similar to the one that I just gave and that I'm very guilty of is not following the exact instructions you're given. So for example, you got a coaching program, right? Or a course, and it's about how to build a certain business. Let's say, for example, SMMA. You're given exact steps on how to create success with the business that you're gonna build. But you keep overthinking and adding steps that aren't on the list. Like, for example, you say, maybe if I do these types of social media posts, I will get more traction, when that's actually not true at all. And this is very important, especially if you don't have experience. You don't have the experience and the knowledge and the wisdom to make these types of decisions. And I'm not saying it's wrong to experiment, but most of the time when you're just starting out, you're a beginner, it doesn't turn out so well. I'll give you another example that is also very similar, just to like kind of put this idea into your head. So if you've been trying to achieve a goal for over a year, you've probably had moments where you were thinking to yourself that maybe you should change your vehicle, you should change your trajectory, maybe your goal, you should change your goal. Usually this is a result of not getting results, but what I want you to know is that it's your responsibility and it's your fault. And I'm not saying this in a way to make you feel guilty. but you need to take responsibility in order to change whatever you're thinking. Because in reality, you know deep down that if you stick to this goal for another year, you will get some type of result. Whatever it is, even if it's small, you will get some type of result. You also know what you should be doing and you know what you shouldn't be doing. You know exactly what you need to do and what you need to remove from your life in order to achieve what you want to achieve. What I want you to do after this video is I want you to write down on a piece of paper your exact ideal routine and the routine that you know will get you somewhere. I want you to at least try to make that your daily routine without questioning. Just act like a robot. You have a set schedule and you're just gonna do that without questioning. A robot doesn't question, right? And dumb people don't question either. They just don't think too deep about things. They get a list of instructions and your list of instructions is that routine, right? They get a list of instructions and they just do them. I want you to build a routine that you think is ideal and do it every day, no matter what, for a year. And I promise you, you will get somewhere. However, if you don't get somewhere following my advice, you can come back to this video and write a really long, hateful comment and I will pin it for everybody to see. So now that you know what to do, I want you to close YouTube and take action immediately. Thank you for watching. I hope this video has helped you in some way. I hope it will help you in the future. And make sure to leave that hate comment that I told you about.